Welcome everybody. Let me tell you a tale. A tale about tenacity, artifice, and a little bit of wisdom. But to understand why our hero just had to face the nightfall, we have to go back. Back into the beginning of the tale, where it just began. Our unsuspicious hero just did his job. But he was not aware what kind of threat he just brought to himself by killing Mr. Grox. Our hero was still unaware what kind of threat he is going to take by killing Mr. Grox the second time. So our hero was still proceeding unsuspicious until the point when the light just vanished and the evil just stepped out of the darkness, kneeing on our hero's face. So our hero just got aware of the presence of the evil villain, and they had to meet on the Mercury to settle their jarring.
Control. Bravo team.
Our hero was still vacillating on the payback until this point. He had to admit that it's enough! What could be more motivating to our hero than the enemy just danced on its grave? So the hero just got enough of this bullshit. And then he realized that he just has to turn into a Super Saiyan to be able to destroy the enemies. The luck was on our hero's side because he was just unaware of the grenade under him. In Super Saiyan mode, he was able to live it through. And then he just invited the enemy to dance in the bubble with him. The dancing went fine. Nobody was able to ruin our hero's entertainment. He was not aware of that the payback just came close. With every step it just came closer. He left the dance floor and went to find the unknown path in front of him. With his superpowers, he knew that he has to go to the left. He fought as hard as he could until the last remaining ammunition he had. The luck was on its side again. So the payback time just arrived, and the fun just started. And our hero just didn't get enough. He wanted more. And then the moment just arrived. Mr. Grox just tried with the same thing. He thought he can lure out our hero again. But our hero was aware he was not intent to step into the same shit twice. So he tricked the evil and killed it the fuck down. And of course our hero just felt that much satisfaction that he was not caring with other things anymore. So at the end of the meeting he was felt he did good against the evil troll Mr. Grox.
Zone A secure.
But the tale still not ends, because it just happened out that way that the evil and the good just had to fight on each other's side. So the competition was still up between them to decide who is the better guardian of the galaxy. Our hero right now was aware that the end just came to decide what happened. Our hero just realized that he chose to be the best around. And then he just started to think in that way that it's just not the end, but it's just the beginning. He was aware, even for the win, he must not stop the training to be even more better. So he was aware that he has to go back to the Iron Banner. But before he could go back, he needs to face the darkness. And he decided to start its path alone. He knew that Omnigal is just waiting for him. Our hero is a kind guy, and he was not on to make Omnigal wait. But he was aware that during facing the darkness, he will need to take care for every of his steps. He was calm and focused. After 1 hour fight, he got to the moment of the meeting with Omnigal. And our hero knew if he is going to be able to beat down Omnigal, then he's going to be ready for the Iron Banner. He pulled the trigger and the villain just died. So he realized that he needs to go back. So he went back to make the last preparations and to show others that in the vaults at the items slots you do have 36 now. After the preparation, he went to say goodbye to the master of Iron Banner, Lord Saladin. He did put up his mohawk helmet and went into the Iron Banner again. So our hero just went back into the Iron Banner to face his fate. Our hero was thinking and was rushing on to capture the Zone A, but he was not aware of one last thing in its fate. The last little thing just got closer and closer how he approached Zone A. So our Guardian of the Galaxy just went in unaware. What happened with him just surprised him as much as how the enemy got surprised by it. The enemy just dropped dead. And in Super Saiyan 4 he was resisting against the poison. He was aware that he's just getting chased, but then from behind an enemy, and he was able to take care. But then the last step of its fate. He had to die the last time in the universe to reborn invincible. The counter and the time just stopped. The time just became one with the space. And then the ultimate fighter just born. Even for that our hero was aiming to become such kind like an invincible ultimate hero. He just became one. There was no bullet what could hit him. There was no poison what could poison him. And there were no enemy who could be able to resist such greatness. He felt that something changed, but he was not on to take care right now. He knew one thing, that he needs to neutralize and capture Zone A. The highest level of the Super Saiyan form just gave him the advantage to know the battlefield's tactics by instinct. So even for the fact of the pulling toward Zone B, he was staying. He knew that the key to the victory is in its hand. And he knew if he is going to lose Zone A, that everything is going to be lost. So he just jumped into the fight and came out victorious. The enemy were not depleting, so he had to use its super ability. With the blessing of light, he was able to keep the enemies away from Zone A. Teammates were realizing as well the power of blessing of light. And no enemies were able to get close. Then he realized the enemy just came to heavy weapon. His instincts was telling him not to go from front, but to flank the enemy. The situation started to look desperate, but he realized that his shield is not part of his invincibility, so he kept distance against the tricky shotgunner. After he did beat off the threat, he went back.
Total control.
He still knew that the objective for him is just a priority for the team. So he was not intent to leave the place, but to patrol around. Then the enemy just came, and our hero was not aware that the enemy is just not alone. But friendly forces then just arrived and helped to the gunfight. So how it looked again, the area just became clear. But it just appeared like that, because the enemy was approaching invisible.
You're in the lead.
Our hero was there and was not letting himself to get tricked. So he was just started to meditate and concentrate onto one direction.
Zone C lost.
He felt happiness, knowing that the enemy just took control of Zone C, because at least he knew where the enemy just going to come from. He felt it too that he wanted to rush toward Zone B, but he knew that he just must not. After the calibration shot, it became the Zen moment, and the enemy just passed away. He fought with his emotions, fighting between go or not to go. He knew how important it is to stand ground, even for that others might not understand the whole. He was not sore at others getting disliked, because he knew that for the winning he had to sacrifice imbecility. And then it became that way that the power of the universe just gifted the team. Our hero was neither aware how big gift he is going to get. But before he was able to gain the title Machine Lord, he had to see the team die. So he promised revenge, and he went to find the guilty in succession. He was not feeling the satisfaction, so he just left its post, but found something. The ultimate weapon for the ultimate fighter. And then everything just got cleared. During every kill in his mind, he remembered the fellow soldiers he lost. But it was not the time of pity. It was the time of battle. Even for that they gained the lead. He knew he must stand the ground. It just became the time of reload, when the enemy were far. During these moments, while he was able to breathe a couple, our hero was thinking on how hard the enemy can be if they are just holding two of the zones and they are just leading with a bit. So he just got back to its place, trying to keeping itself to its objective. He was still gifted with the ultimate weapon. So after a lot of zen moments, it started to be suspicious. But then it arrived. The fight was real hard between the two teams. And those who were looking for the enemy were finding them. Soon the enemy just did not have such place to hide. Meanwhile, our hero was reloading its weapon. He was aware that the end is just going to come soon. When it appeared, and the ultimate weapon just did its job again.
Zone B secure.
Led our hero toward victory over the enemy's dead bodies. Victory just became imminent by the Machine Lord with its 15 kills. But the enemy was on to launch a final assault. So the last encounter just became inevitable, as how the team of heroes just gained glory over the dark forces of the enemy. So the tale just got happy ended this time, and our hero just realized if one just willing to fight in the competition of the Iron Banner, he should go to the Nightfall first to be more effective. The 17.0 kill death ratio just made the hero sure about that he's just among from the best. So let me just finish the little tale of the hero who just found greatness through the darkness, from the Nightfall to the Iron Banner. So thank you for watching, I hope you liked it, and see you, goodbye.